Everybody, good morning. Meteorologist Travis Klineski here on this Thursday morning where we have had some snow falling over northeast Nebraska, some light accumulation up here. Otherwise, clouds are clearing to the southwest, and we'll see some of that clearing continue as the day goes on, more and more sunshine. One thing I will mention here, we are going to see increasing clouds tonight and into tomorrow morning in advance of our upcoming system. With that winter weather system, I've picked the forecast model I have access to, which is basically worst case scenario. Okay, so this is not a for sure thing right now. The problem is there is a lot of forecast model discrepancy. And so I'm going to show you a couple of various forecast models, actually, not just one, for tomorrow and tomorrow night. So this is tomorrow, where there is some uncertainty, quite a few clouds around, but we are going to see some low-level moisture move in to southeastern areas. This northern and western shield could actually be a little snow, although snow is not going to be a major factor with this system. The biggest issue is going to be the drizzle or rain, which could be freezing drizzle or freezing rain where it's cold enough. The biggest question is how far north can the warm air get? There's a chance that we could see a lot of this turn into liquid right in here. This model, this is like I said, this is worst case, coldest forecast model, which means a lot more freezing rain for those areas here. Tries to bring some rain to northeast Kansas, but doesn't bring it much into southeast Nebraska, and so just a lot of freezing rains, icy conditions here. Notice most of the snow is out to the northeast, so we're not going to see a lot of snow with this system. And then we'll clear out Sunday morning. Real quick here before I get into this here. Well, actually, I'm going to show you worst case scenario for snowfall, which again, I think we're under an inch of snow. Most places well under an inch of snow, so I'm not too concerned about this. Let's go to the ice side of things here, and this is again worst case scenario. Some places could pick up to a 1/10 of an inch of ice. But again, this is probably not going to be a swath this large. And in fact, I think some places will warm up enough that this could actually melt, even if it is freezing earlier in the night, could end up melting. All right, now I'm going to go into my editor mode, so my camera is going to go away here. I'm going to bring up a couple of other forecast models that I have access to. Let's go to I'm going to go to my in-house model. That's not it there. Let's bring up the right one. So there we go. And I'm going to keep my camera off here, and I'm just going to advance forward. This is Friday. Okay, so here comes that moisture Friday afternoon. Notice how this model doesn't even have much moisture, but look at how the rain is so much farther north. In fact, the majority of forecast models, the rain is farther north, which basically means that the ice could be mostly north of Interstate 80. But it doesn't even have much moisture, and then it will eventually clear out on Saturday morning. Show you another forecast model. This is called the HRRR model. Now this one only goes out through midnight Friday night. Let's jump up to Friday right here. So here we'll take you through the day Friday. Here comes that. But notice how it's all rain to the southeast. And then ice is mostly north of Interstate 80. Not much snow. Again, I'm not concerned about much snow with this system. So this could be mainly a rain event to the southeast, but it just depends on how warm it can get to the southeast. Also, obviously, my warm front would need to be drawn a little farther north, too. That's something worth mentioning. You know, if I had to move everything, if I had to move it, you know, I'd probably, it'd be up here. So again, there's some model discrepancy. Let's take you back to Friday real quick. Now I'm going to show you another model. This is the European forecast model. This one is really far north with the rain. All right, so let's go, and this shows the shield of moisture a little bit better. Here it comes late in the day. Look how far north the rain is here. Some snow off to the north and northwest, or northeast. A little bit of ice, but all that ice is in northeast Nebraska. This thing has, if I were to draw on the low with the European model, it'd be way up here. So this is why this is still a very difficult forecast. So there's still some time to figure things out here, but I'll just let you know right now that there is a lot of uncertainty when it comes to tomorrow with who exactly sees ice. Some places could start off ice, but then warm up and turn into where the ice would melt and it would just be rain here. So again, showing you the worst case scenario one more time, but keep in mind some models, you know, let's go back to the ice real quick here. I'm gonna go into the editor mode one more time. So this is the North American model. Let me show you the European model real quick here. And look how much farther north all the ice is. Here's the GFS model. Right there, it's all north as well. The Canadian model, it's pretty far north too. So really the worst case one that I'm showing you is the one that's the farthest south. And again, that's this one right here. even my in-house model, which doesn't even have much ice at all, which is why I didn't want to use it, but it's a little farther north as well. So a lot of uncertainty when it comes to things. So one thing I will tell you right now there is not any, there are no advisories, warnings, watches, nothing like that. The National Weather Service in Hastings, and this is likely to be the case for Omaha as well, and also Sioux Falls, they're going to issue out a winter weather advisory for the areas that have the most likely chance of seeing ice accumulation and could have some slick conditions. But I will tell you right now, they are still not, they haven't issued anything out yet because there's still too much uncertainty. So if I had to draw, I'm gonna go back real quick here to the ice accumulation map here real quick. If I had to draw it in, again, I would probably say that winter weather advisory would probably cover this area here, but I would not rule out maybe somewhere up north too. Somewhere in that red area. We'd be watching for that potential for some icing. But again, you'll see that get issued out tomorrow. That'll give us they'll hopefully have a better idea how things will play out by then. But unfortunately today there's just too many question marks. All right, let's jump backwards now. We're going to go back to today real quick, where again the weather's not going to be overly active. It's going to be another cold day. That milder weather pushed to the west, but it's still western areas getting into the 40s, near 50, way out west. But most of us will see 20s and 30s for highs. Again, bitterly cold air staying to the northeast. Tonight we drop back into the teens, low and mid-teens, some single digits, so it's going to be a very cold night. Now again, tomorrow, this is my in-house model's forecast highs, which are very warm from the Tri-City southeastern. In fact, they've been trending warmer with the last couple of runs, which is leading to the fact that we might actually see more rain than ice. That's still an uncertainty though. And then tomorrow night, even look at that, southeastern areas may still stay above freezing. So this is one forecast model when it comes to temperatures. Let's jump into Friday. Here you go. So we'll see how things play out. Like I said, there's still a lot of uncertainty. Here's a look real quick here at the highs on Saturday. We'll start to warm things up just a little bit. Quick look at the 7-day forecast. I'm almost out of time, so I do need to get going here, but here's a look at the 7-day forecast. Once we get beyond Saturday morning, things are much quieter for the rest of the forecast. It's going to warm up a little bit Sunday, Monday, and then cool down a little bit towards the middle of next week. And quick look at the 7-day forecast for the North Platte area. No moisture expected. I did not throw any moisture in the forecast for Friday or Friday night. Warming up for the weekend, cooling down just a little bit early next week here. It does look like we'll trend a little chillier later on next week here. So as of right now, it doesn't look like we're going to see a lot of busy weather, but tomorrow and tomorrow night certainly worth watching. But we'll keep an eye on the forecast. Hopefully by tomorrow at this time, we'll have a better idea of who gets freezing rain and who gets just plain old rain. All right, have a good, wonderful day, and I will be back with you on Friday. Take care, and God bless. Bye.